Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, here for another Black Clover coverage in the demon world, in the demon realm here of Asta and his parents maybe fighting together. Myself here, LegendDVash as always, right here, the king of games, and down below is a JBXclusive to give you the best coverage here in the Anime Lady channel. And wow, this chapter 267, more world lore, more devil lore, right?
Devil lore, yep.
So, what did you guys think about this chapter? What was your first impressions? Because for me, is what I told you guys in the group chat, like, interesting. That's what I literally said. Like, I just couldn't find it to words or like a sentence. I just said interesting because I'm just curious to know what's the next chapter to find out more. Because I feel like this is just like I need more to really grasp my thoughts. That's what I felt like.
Yeah, I like this chapter because I feel like I've always thought that this devil was just as complex as Asta in his own world, and I feel like we're starting to get just the little Easter eggs of like this type of devil. So I'm very curious to see how the rest of this fight is going to go. So yeah, I'm excited for the next chapter. This made me excited for the next one.
Finally, for the first time, if you ask me, in a while, like I was like, okay, yeah, no, this next chapter should be pretty good. Also, dibs on Asta's mom.
God damn it! Again,
James, he literally rolled himself in the name saying Asta's boyfriend's mom. Like he literally said it. Like you should know he's gonna call dibs. Just like in my hero review, he called Nana thick. So you should have known he's gonna do this again.
I just have to step up my dibs. I need to step it up.
I kind of gave up.
I think at this point, I kind of have my harem kind of stacked, so I'm good.
Yeah. I kind of.
He says this now.
It's true. I do.
Knowing that in the next podcast episode, in the next video, he's gonna be like, "Yo, I call dibs. So like, I kind of get like, hey, I'm hosting, recording at the same time. I don't have too much thought process to actually put the effort to call dibs. So one of you guys could do it. I was like, I don't have time for
that. I did like this chapter a lot. I stand by my word. I don't trust Noct. I still don't trust him. Like I don't like when he explained that this was a ritual place where everybody who failed this experiment died. I mean, unless he made that up. I don't trust him still. Like I just don't trust this dude. So I'm like, because he's very for Asta fighting this devil when Asta clearly could talk to this devil, which he's gonna do talk no jutsu and win, obviously.
True.
But it's like, but why? Why is he why is he so intent on him having to fight the devil?
But then it's the same thing here in page 12 and 13 is where, as I said, he's not actually trying to kill me. I can tell from his ki. And that's when do we have a name for him yet? Because I don't want to call him random devil again. Because it's like I'm tired of just saying Asta's devil.
No, we don't. It's Asta's devil. I think the next chapter we get a name.
Okay, so still Asta's devil, and then the next panel, Noct have that. So it's like he knows Asta's not stupid. Like okay, he's catching on, but that's when he said. But then his eyes changed and said, "What are you talking about? Your opponent's a devil." So like again, going back to Ray's thoughts / theory of what he said last video and 2 weeks before, is that Noct's kind of personality, he likes to start problems. He likes to instigate. He likes to do things in like reverse psychology in a way to get what he wants in a way.
Yeah, he has his own way of motivating people to get what he wants. Yeah.
So hear me out. What if this devil was a person that got turned into a devil?
That was gonna be my theory. I was gonna tell you.
That was one of my theories too.
Okay, so we all have the same theory.
They make this point that there are these bunch of old ancient rituals that were, taboo essentially. So
right.
I mean, there had to be a way that people were trying to make devils, and how do you make devils is out of people. So like, I don't know. And then they sealed them in a grimoire. Like, how do we get rid of you? Or maybe that's how they saved him, is that they sealed him in a grimoire to keep him from being murdered. I don't know.
Or plus also because, in the, like, Tabata said himself that he took a lot from Berserk, Bleach, and other series he said before. So also maybe what happened. Yeah, it has shown a lot of real examples for it.
I mean, it's just he pays homage to a lot of series. So
which is a good thing because you play homage because you came after, and there's nothing wrong with that if you're doing it well and very well execution, go for it. But what happened if it is like, for example, a lot of the angels in the Bible and everything, not really bad. They just turn into a devil and get horns, or they turn into archangels. What happened if it is like Asta's devil, like you said, Ray? He was a human, but then he was turned into a devil, or maybe he was an angel turned into a devil. I'm just going a bit more to it there, like, you know, more stretch or far.
I mean, yeah, it sounds, because I mean, if you look at it, it seems like he's always playing up his devil factor, as is like he's trying to overcompensate to like be like he's like, no, I'm a real devil, but he's not.
Yeah. So my original theory is, I think he is just a devil who actually befriended a human, and that relationship with a human, he's never had that with anyone else, and ever since, like, maybe this person has been gone, he maybe tries to fill that emptiness with being evil.
Being an
we
asshole.
see that with beings all the time. Like, instead of actually dealing with their emotions, they just try to be assholes and push people away as much as possible. And maybe he sees Asta as a kindred spirit because they're both outcasts to their own people.
Potentially.
Like, again, not trying to compare. Don't attack us in the comments, but Naruto, that's what literally happened with our boy Kurama and Naruto when he was trying to take control and you know, build a pack. And Kurama had his hatred because he had friends with the original one that was him friend, you know, years ago. But then when Naruto, you say, hey, you're not a bad guy, you're just a grumpy old fox. But then this person here is saying at the last panel in page 15, you aren't a bad guy. And Asa's devil, I hate to say that name, I'm tired of that. Asa's devil says, damn it, and it has a flashback inside his head, you are a bad guy. So maybe next chapter we might get a flashback, not even actually probably continuing the fight of Asta versus his devil. Maybe it's actually gonna be a flashback of how this person Asta reminds him of this person from his flashback as well.
Yeah, I can see that happening for sure.
Maybe, or like, I don't know, or just
maybe not the whole chapter, but definitely like a piece of it.
I'm thinking so too, but this is I kind of want to know if Nox going to step in and kind of force his hand, because it seems like I think he also wants to know who this devil is, and that's why he was so interested in training Asta to begin with. So
true, because one thing I'm also happy about is that we did predict it last week, is that how's Asta gonna fight, because Asta's power comes from this devil, from the Grimoire, and then when Asta's devil took out the whole Grimoire, literally up and literally grabbed his Demon Slayer sword, which it looks a lot better control from Asta's devil, because he literally grabbed it like it's nothing, and then after that just slash it down much bigger in seconds. And also,
I don't even think he actually touched it. He can just control it.
Yeah, that too, control it.
Which, if Asta learns how to do that,
I was about to say that. Right,
yeah, that'd be sick.
Right after him and Asta devils become friends, and then I'd be like, hey, I learned some skills from you. Well, but when I was fighting you, I can actually just do this with my swords without even touching them, just throwing them, bring them back like a whole boomerang.
Yeah, I was just about to say he can already throw the sword and call it back to him. So I mean, why not?
Yeah. So I don't know. Did you guys play the Mega Man Battle Network series at all?
I did not.
Okay.
Played it, but I don't remember much of it.
Quick spoilers. And this game is like 20 years old, so get over it. In the end of one of the games, you find out that the NetNavi Mega Man is actually the main character's brother that died, but his father took his DNA and essentially his spirit and put him into code and turned him into a NetNavi that was Mega Man. So what if this is somebody who's related to Asta in some way, and they had to turn him into a devil to save him, and he kind of lost who he was, and then he was sealed in a grimoire to essentially hide him away to protect Asta later on.
I don't know.
I mean, we know that Black Clover is not that deep, so it's like, yeah, but it's like that.
A lot of people
Cool
say
to
it
think
is,
about,
but
though. It's really cool to think about.
I want this devil to have like a complicated connection to Asta, not just some random devil where it's like, yeah, you know, I'm just the devil and we got lucky and picked each other.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're just kindred spirits.
I
Man.
mean,
like,
exactly.
I really think that's it.
I feel like that's probably how it's gonna be, to be completely honest with you. But it's like I wanted to be like, yeah, no, I was, locked in that grimoire, waiting to protect you for I don't know how many decades, and I've hated you ever since because they locked me in there, something like that. I don't know.
Quick
And
question.
whoever this lady is, because she looks exactly like Asta, and this devil also obviously has to see that resemblance and exactly what they stand for, which is not seeing them as some monster, because that's something that's really important to me. Even to this point, Asta still sees a devil as another living thing,
Mhm.
because he's been looked down upon as a commoner
Yep.
from the higher classes, and he doesn't want to do that with other beings. I think that's really important.
I mean, it's also his upbringing too. Think about where he was
Yeah.
brought up. So yeah.
I was gonna ask. So we still don't know whose house is this. I just remember Gordon's family deals with cursed magic, deals with devil. Maybe this is maybe this is like a family's house, or maybe it's connected to them, because they also, his father and ancestors deal with devil's powers and everything like that. So remember when Nox said the devil will take over your body and you become a gross ticket monster? So maybe the ancestors dealt with this type of experiments back then as well. Like, probably it's a stretch, but it's just a theory that could be possible as well.
I
Who
mean,
knows?
yeah, who knows? I mean, they could have been doing this for a long time. In multiple different iterations. Like I feel like this is a place where they were trying to make devils, and that he's like, it's a half truth,
And perfect you said that, because
Yeah.
that was gonna be my following question. In page 9, that panel with the whole holy and plus those 3 devils being in chains and then about to be executed. Do you think that means more than what it leads, or maybe there's gonna be something that's gonna lead down to to the ending of this arc or something like that? Because that's probably some type of symbolism, maybe.
I'm still curious about how this arc ends, because there has to be something like I don't think the devil thing goes away, because that's basically Asta's character.
Right.
So it's like, what about this kind of bust that wide open, and now there's just a whole different type of devil situation that we have. Is the Spade Kingdom even like, well, do these kingdoms even survive? This potential invasion, since they're gonna go there. They're not gonna wait. I don't know. I just feel like with devil literally being, I don't want to say half devil, but working with a devil like full time now, where does that place the rest of the Black Bulls and basically the kingdom once this is over? Because they sent him away because they wanted to murder him, and they said no. So
My
Yeah, because
guess.
I was curious about that too, because he's performing a ritual that's against the law. So he's in deeper shit now than ever before.
exactly, because now he's gonna come back with a demon a devil that's his friend.
And
Yeah,
also,
but I'm
technically, his
hoping-
arm is not even his right now. So that's
Nope.
technically half devil, or sorry, 1/4 of a devil.
Yeah, I'm hoping that because like he helps them close this portal to the underworld again, they'll see him as an asset. I don't know.
Hopefully. Because Noct also exists. So
Yeah.
it's like, well, what are y'all gonna do about that? So I mean, there's just like there's a few little gaps that I'm like, how's he gonna feel those? Because I'm real curious to see how that.
My
plays
guess.
out.
So remember how Asta said that he wants everybody to be treated as equally, and he doesn't see anybody as bad. So my guess is this: you know how the elves were treated as bad back then, because that's what caused the war 500 years ago, and that's what on the one of the first words the king died, right? And now the elves have their own type of village again, and now they're all good and all goody two shoes. They live on their own, right? So what happened if by the end of this arc, the Spade Kingdom gets over? By the end of the arc, the gate opens, but somehow Yami or our boy William, one of them survives, or both. But some of the devils escaped. Some are good, some are bad. But the good ones have their own little type of village now in the Spade Kingdom. So it's like slowly, Asta's trying to build equality in all kingdoms, where there's no type of good or evil, and there's no hierarchy of higher class. That's what Asta was trying to lead to as a Clover Kingdom Wizard King. But maybe what happened if Asta become like the Wizard King of all 4 countries or 4 kingdoms? That's my type of idea of what you said, Ray.
That would be crazy.
It would be crazy. Like
That would be crazy.
I don't know, but so I just want to talk about Noct again for a second. You could obviously tell that he went through something similar. There's a very important line he says to Asta, which was actually kind of rude, but like I mean, harsh, but Asta doesn't really pay attention to it. He goes, "This is a world you entered because you had no magic and wanted strength," in like the most straight face ever. So I'm like, oh, so that's what happened to you. But what happened that you needed to call upon this strength? Like, what happened to you that you had to call upon this to get stronger? So I'm like, I want to know more about you. Like, this is the Asta stuff. Yeah, fine. I want to know more about Nock. Like, why and how? Like, I want to know.
That's the thing about Black Clover. That's the thing. If you want to actually say about the weakest strength is the flashbacks about the characters. We don't really get that a lot, where we actually know characters' backstory more than what it is. Like Nox.
That'd be nice.
Like, that'd be more interesting. Like, just when it's plot purposes is when we get it. But we like to know more about Nox, Yami, so like that. We like to know more about other characters that's more interesting about it. And Nox is really, he's right now currently a one-dimensional character. We barely know anything of him. So that'd be actually be very intriguing to know more of him about.
I mean, that. Yeah, oh, go ahead, James.
I was just gonna say he's obviously been through a lot of trauma because of the way he's so callous and short with people, and he has such high expectations of people because I think he's been through a lot, and I can't wait to get more of his backstory because he's obviously been through some type of loss that pushed him to need this devil power, and he had to put his life on the line to get it too. So.
Right. So it's like, what I want to find out, I mean, I love that they also justified the 2-day thing. He's like, look, we only got 2 days. What you expect? I was like, okay.
That's why I need them to explain the ultimate magic. Like, what is it about this ultimate magic that you can learn in 3 days that's going to make you exponentially more powerful? Like,
I still don't care about that. I'm still, that's still kind of, that's an ass pull. I don't care.
If you read one of the comments of one of the video last week, they did say, oh, the elves use inertia, but I'm like, the only reason the elves know how to use it is because they are more concentrated with mana, so they have the ability to get that mana more, so it makes sense. How are nobles or humans supposed to connect to when they said that they're lesser being? So how is that possible? Like, how is the elves going to teach some humans something that they could only do? Is where kind of really bugs me.
Power of plot.
Yes, pretty much.
Oh, the power technically of Asta of never giving up. That was also a power of Asta. That's what people call.
I just want to see. Tell me more about this devil. Give him a name. I want to see where he comes from. Let's have them become friends. I want a badass devil Asta transformation, combined with the devil's power. Like, I want to see a really cool devil transformation, not just Asta with horns. Like, I want to see
Asta with wings.
I want to see the armor and wings. Yep.
Can you imagine what that form would look like when they fully accept each other?
Like think about Devil May Cry, Dante and Virgil in their devil forms.
Oh,
that'd be sick.
I hope we get that, because lately with our boy Tabata has been doing with these type of devils, and it's just a lot of black and like a lot of hands and wings. It's like, can you add some armor or something? It'll be it'll be nice, like more little detail. If you want to go simple, hey, you're the artist, my guy. I ain't complaining, but I would like a bit more detail into my characters. If you're gonna have them as the MC, it would be really nice and dope. But overall,
I'm curious to see what Lucifera looks like his actual form.
Yeah,
that is true, because technically he should be escaping if things go according to plan of his. So that should be coming, where we see our girl Magicula, Lucifer, and I forgot his other name of not Dante, of Zeno, the Bones guy. I forgot his demon name. But yeah, his bone demon should be dope. His bone demon, like his design, like all bones and structure.
It's probably like a giant bone snake. That'd be sick.
That'd be awesome. Like a bone type of dragon, like a tail at the end as well. That would be dope. But any other thoughts about this chapter, guys?
Nope. I'm just like, all right, next, please.
Yeah, I just want to learn more about this devil, like we've talked about before. I want to see their connection. I want to see where this fight is going to go, because like Asta said, like, the devil is obviously not trying to kill him. He's trying to get a rise out of him and see what Asta's going to do with no grimoire, no swords, one arm. I think he's just antagonizing him, and I just want to see where it goes. Just give me the next chapter.
I agree.
So guys, let us know what you guys think about it in the comments in the below. Let us know your thoughts. Let us know your feedback. I appreciate it. And if you're new to the channel, or if you're an old subscriber, thank you guys for always watching. Thank you guys for subscribing, and definitely like the video. Press the button notification every time we upload a video. And other than that, guys, see you on the next one.
Peace.